And welcome back to the Crypto Hulk Show. Got a good one lined up. Got a couple cryptos, 2, 3, 4, possibly a couple stocks that are crypto related. And we're going to look into these. A couple of them, you're going to know the company. You've heard of the company before, but the company has different subsidiary organizations within it. And those we have not talked about. We're going to discuss not HBAR Hedera, but it is related to this. And that is a crypto that I think is fascinating personally. The Hedera, it's like, to me, the crypto Hedera, HBAR, the Hashgraph Association, the Hedera Foundation, there's like 23 or 25 global organizations that make up HBAR. And HBAR is hooked up with a company called Seals Q. I'm not going to show all this stuff right now because tonight's not about Seals Q, but I want to show you. So Seals Q and HBAR, Seals Q is a real company. You can buy the stock in. So that's one, if you're brand new, look for if you want to buy it on the stock market, it's LEAS, like the opposite of SEAL, SEAL. Let me look so I don't get screwed up here. LAES. So Seals Q is a American and a Swiss company. You can find it on Robinhood or maybe eToro or something like that, or go to Edward Jones or Grayscale or whatever. Maybe you could buy individual stocks. It's an actual stock. It's a company. Seals Q, and they partnered up with HBAR, HBAR, and that's a crypto. It's one of my biggest holdings. Since this is a bigger group, let me look at my Caleb Brown account here. Now, I'm not telling you if I buy anything or whatever. That's not. It's not dependent on if I buy it or not. All I'm doing is showing you what these cryptos are, and you've got to buy on your own. Sometimes I'll buy them, but I'm really not, trying to pump it up. Hey, kind of sucks. I can't always do what you guys do. So you're the lucky ones. I can talk about the crypto to you and you can buy and pump and dump and all this shit. I can't really do that. So every once in a while, Crypto Hulk's going to come in and just dump a fat, serious whale amount of money. Yeah. Let me find my Google authenticator. Hold on a minute there, buddy. I'm going to show you some ratios. Okay, what I got. Let's go. Caleb Brown. Log in. Okay. Okay. My biggest holding is Hedera. That's HBAR, and it's a steal at 15 cents. Okay. Now Hedera, HBAR, it's kind of mixed into tonight's topic. That's the only reason I'm talking about it. I'm not trying to peddle it or sell it, but it is my biggest holding. When I bought XRP, I spent 2 months worth of pay to buy XRP, and this is about 1 month's worth of pay. Like in the old days, I spent about half on Hedera what I spent on XRP. I got Kyber Network Crystal. That's my number 2 biggest holding. Number 3 is Axelar. Number 4 is the Root Network. Number 5 is XDC. And all these obviously are on my Caleb Brown account. Stellar and Flare are really close in amounts. My Stellar and Flare are really close. Then it goes Zebek, and then Plume, and then ZK Sync, Telcoin, and that's really about it. So those are my holdings in order from top to bottom. And let's go back to the channel here real quick. Take a look at what we got. The The reason I'm utilizing Kayla Brown, look, I'm only going to utilize Kayla Brown because, look, I'm not an expert in all this. Yeah, I can deep dive and find some fun, cool stuff sometimes. They're utilizing Fireblocks, and 2,000 banks and institutions use that. So I've got a hardware wallet where I got 25% of my crypto. The other 75%, I got Kayla Brown. When those 2,000, the biggest banks in the world and organizations like investment companies and stuff, they're trusting Fireblocks just like Kayla Brown is. So I'm going to kind of, no, I don't have any of zero. I sold some off. I'm going to buy it back in. You know, the Fireblocks is the main protection. Look, never invest any more than you can afford to lose. Any of that stuff. Yeah, I still got VeChain. I don't have SFI. Look, they come and they go. I'll probably go in and buy it. I found other cryptos that I like better instead. But they're still great. All the crypto I talk about, okay, we're not here to copy what Crypto Hulk buys. That's not what we do here. I show you information, and these different cryptos, they're all good that I talk about. And sometimes I'll buy into something, buy out of something. It's just, that's how things are done. And it's like, some of the coins they go up in popularity. Sometimes they don't. Like, you have to invest according to what's best for you, not other. We don't play copycat on the show. We don't do that. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a crypto advisor. None of the above. I get my financial information from a toy. This right here, Zoltar. That's where I get mine from. Sometimes Zoltar has pretty amazing stuff, and sometimes it's going to be a while before it becomes amazing. Don't buy anything on the show based on what I or Zoltar says, because whatever I say comes straight from Zoltar. All hail Zoltar. Now, we're going to have Zoltar put out a fortune today. And let's act like you can't afford the bread until they find out you own the bakery. Oh my God. You know, all the cryptos are good. I mean, I can't afford everything. And it's just like some of these cryptos have the best dang connections. You don't know what's going to happen with any of these cryptos. You never, ever buy more than you can afford to lose. Before every show, Crypto Hulk, I'm going to tell you what he does. Get super fucking high. Heroin, cocaine, hashish, roofies, all of them. Okay, I do all these kind of drugs before every show. And then we got Zoltar giving out fortunes, all right? Now, I had a friend 2 weeks ago that made like a lot, like thousands of dollars and stuff. And I got the whales and people on the show, like, I'm not telling you how much they make. They're not telling me. I don't care. I don't want to know. I know they're probably making 20, 30 grand a show on a good night, you know. Chauncey L, feeling hulkish. Yes. And so let's go ahead and start in here. I'd highly recommend this. Get about 3 exchanges, set up accounts, get all your KYC, because if one exchange doesn't work, then you got another, okay? If you want, set up like 4 accounts. If you want, set up like a trust wallet, set up like maybe 3, 4 wallets. Because when stuff starts happening and a crypto exchange or something gets jammed up and you got 3 other ones to choose from because you're trying to get out of something and get into something else or whatever, if you only got 1 or so, not good. Now on my channel here, we got changenow.io and some other places to buy crypto. You can set up Uphold. I don't know. A lot of people just don't have a lot of good stuff to say about Coinbase. I have no idea. I have no comment on them. But let's get into this crypto. So I did some little investigation here, and let's look at what I got. Let me start off here. Where's my phone? I'm going to send you a video. So here's Seal Coin, and I want to know if WiseKey and all that. Here's the article here. Let me back this up. Okay, you can pause that and look at it. I'm going to send it right now. So give it a second. We're going to look at this Seal Coin. That's out. It's already out. Hold on. But we can't get it just yet. Let me go to my YouTube page. This is what I highly suggest you do is get a notebook, watch my show on the paid shows, and take notes for coins that you need to keep an eye out for. Let me take a look. Let me do this. That thing's still loading. Give it a second. I did notify Caleb and Brown about Seal Coin. If you, yeah, we'll do that rather than sending your broker a million of them. If I don't hear nothing back about Seal Coin in 1 week, somebody remind me and I'll send Caleb and Brown another reminder. It's just they're super busy and I don't want to bug them, but hold on a minute. Oh, wait a second. Okay. So let's go over this first one here. Okay, so what we have is a company called SealsQ. It's underneath a company called WiseSat, okay? WiseKey, I mean. So you got WiseKey at the top and then a bunch of other companies underneath it. They all kind of do the same thing. Well, okay, they work together to accomplish the same goal. That's what I meant to say. Seal Coin is a cryptocurrency token. There you go. Right, get your notebook, write down Seal Coin, keep your eyes peeled for it. If you guys see that it came out somewhere, let me know. But right now it's just for like institutions. And that's how I think it might end up, institution only. I'm not positive on this. Seal Coin is a cryptocurrency token developed by Seal Coin AG, a subsidiary of WiseKey International Holdings, not directly by SealsQ Corp. SealsQ provides compatible semiconductor chips for the Seal Coin platform, but the token is maintained by Seal Coin AG. So you got SealsQ. That's the stock I told you about. It's LAES. You can buy that. It's about $3.30. Yeah, I looked it up earlier. I think it's like $3.90 or something like that. So that's SealsQ. That is definitely a stock that's very interesting. And me personally, if I really should buy it, but I don't have it, but that's what I should have. Because it's not a crypto. If you're somebody that doesn't like buying crypto or whatever, you don't trust it, Seals Q has a stock that you might seriously want to look into. All right. Let me keep reading. So the investigation covers business operations portfolio. Let me go down to overview of WiseKey. Now, WiseKey, again, is the parent company. It was made in 1999 by a guy named Carlos Moreira. This guy is so connected all the way to the top, okay? I think he's got connections to the 5 families of the world, okay? I think they told him, hey, design us something that'll protect against a quantum computer hack. That's what I think. So Seals Q, if you want a stock, it's almost the price of a crypto. You might want to seriously consider Seals Q. What is the goal of Seals Q with HBAR? And it works with HBAR, is to shut down a quantum computer attack and put the microchips that they make utilizing HBAR and all the other corporations that are involved in this, sending up satellites and protecting home. They have a lot of different use cases, but the basic use case is stopping quantum computer attacks. Very, very good use case. So you got the Seals Q in here, but let's talk about Seal Coin. That's what they're going to be using, is Seal Coin. Sealcoin AG is designed for the Internet of Things and machine-to-machine economy, enabling secure autonomous transactions on the Hedera Hashgraph network. That's massive. So we're talking about Sealcoin, which is a crypto that's out right now, but only for like certain institutional investors. Now, Sealcoin is working with Seals Q, and Seals Q is the partner of Hedera. That's where Hedera, the HBAR crypto, comes in at 15 cents on Caleb and Brown. All right. Now, regarding availability, Sealcoin is not yet fully available for public trading. Not yet. Okay. A pre-sale was launched in Davos, January 2025, everybody. So they have a pre-sale. The rich people are getting into it right now. Okay. Maybe now's the time you start saving up some money. You know, you don't have to buy everything I show you on this channel. That's not the intent. The intent of me showing you this is just give you information. Maybe somebody wants to say, hey, you know what? That fucking Seals Q, I'm going to save up for 1, 2, 3, 4 months, whatever it takes. I'm going to save up and just dump like $10,000 into it. I mean, that's your option too, you know? Let's see. Regarding availability, it's not fully, a pre-sale was launched. It has a fixed supply of 10 billion. That's not many. 10 billion. Initially valued at 3 cents each. Oh, so now it kind of tells us they started off at 3 cents. That's pretty good. By the time we get it, maybe it's 10, 15, 20 cents. I don't know. I have no idea. Okay. Oh, here we go. The platform is expected to launch between Q1 and Q3. So January, February, March, that's a quarter. Didn't happen. April, May, June could happen. July, August, September. Now they're saying it's expected to launch basically right now. Okay? So don't buy dumb shit crypto. Save your money if you want to. I'm just showing you different strategies, okay? Maybe it's not even available for us at all. Then you're like, oh, Cryptoholic is not. Hey, look, dude, you got to figure this shit out for yourself, all right? You don't do what the fuck I tell you. I already gave all the disclaimers.
I see you over there.
Let's see. A minimum deposit of $100 is required for participation. Oh, okay. Here's the deal. A minimum, and institutional investors face a 12 to 24 month vesting period. Okay, so this might be a little while on the Sealcoin stuff, okay? They're saying it was released in January. and a vesting period means you can't sell it for at least a year to 2 years. So January to January of 2026, that's 1 year. They could release it then, or to everybody, or maybe they wait till the June of like a year from now. I don't know. Now remember, everything changes. All right, they say this time frame. Look, I don't believe you have to just wait and see. But at least we're seeing this now. They started selling them to institutions already. And they're making it to where maybe they have wallets and you can't take them out. I don't know how it's all done. But starting 6 months ago, they already started selling it to institutions. I think they're trying to spread liquidity up, divvy it up. Because that's what you don't want one person buying all the shit up. So maybe that's what they're doing, like Ripple did. Divvy it to this, give Deutsche Bank a certain amount. Hey, B of A, want to buy some of this? Okay, how many? We'll give you like $1 million, $2 million. I think that's what's going on, personally. Now, the article, this thing here, the Grok, kind of tells us two different things. I'm going with the 12 to 24 months. That's 1 to 2 years. Fuck, dude, that could be 2027 when it first comes out to us. It could be January of 26 or later. So this is something I just wanted to show you about. Now, what I want you to do is if you see, because somebody's going to try to scam, we already know somebody out there is going to try to scam this and have some kind of seals coin or whatever it is that's a fake. So here's where you take your notes in your notebook and you put down, Crypto Hulk says the article shows it could take 1 to 2 years from January of 2025 to January of 2027 to release them. Within that period somewhere, okay? If somebody comes out with one tomorrow, don't buy the shit. Contact me, all right? I'll look it up. It'll take me 1 to 2 minutes tops, and I'll know if it's a bullshit article or not, all right? Okay, now, right, meow. Let me show you the next. Here's the big article here. El grande artículo, pendejo. All right, there, buddy. Now, I'm going to scroll down this one slower. When you're watching this, you'll have to pause it. I did a really big deep dive. This one, we're talking about Wise Key. And they have a stock for Wise Key. I think it's WKEY. So that's a real stock. Wise Key is like the main company. Now, I think its stock is like $6.30 or something. And the Seals Q is like half that, around $3.90 or so. Now, there's another crypto in here called Trust eCoin we're going to go over. I don't believe that one's out yet, but we're going to look into that one too. Okay, that's the end. Let me send that to you. Now, Trust eCoin is going to be like what I've talked about before here. That's Blue Zell. Let me send you this video first. And let me put the visibility to members only. Now, after this show, I'm going to open this show up. I'm going to change its availability and make it an open show for everybody. So if you want anything, then do whatever you got to do, slow or fast, all right? I don't care what you do, but do whatever you got to do. But I want you to know that this show will be open, and right when I end the show, I'm going to go there and click public, and then everybody gets to watch it. Let me get out of here real quick. Let me manage this video. So the key thing is to have first mover advantage on any stock or whatever crypto we talk about. So that's where a $10 membership comes in. It's quicker than everybody else. The whole world, a $10 membership gets you in before the whole world on stuff. Maybe you don't want to get into it. Maybe you do. I don't know. Getting into understanding what the crypto means. That's what I'm talking about. And then the $500 people, they get text by me. If they need an issue, I can call them and explain something real quick. I'm not there to talk to them all day because that's only $500 a month. Shit, I work 60 hours a week. I got a lot of different shit going on, but at least you're getting photocopies of my notes, a phone call. If you have a question, you really don't fucking get it, you're more than free to contact me. I'll call you back and break something down real quick. I'm not here to give you a history lesson on the phone for $500 a month. My time is very valuable trying to get all this shit done. Sometimes it gets overwhelming. If I get more $500 members, I might have to start, I don't know, turning them away, but I'm starting to maybe like a few more or something. And then, because it's tough trying to, they got questions. Now these people are rich. They're not all rich. No. Maybe half of them are. Or a quarter of them are. And then there's 75% are just regular people, and maybe the 25% are considered maybe a little bit below average financially. But anyhow, enough of that shit. Okay. Let's get into this reading right here. There's a lot to go over. Whoo-wee. What I did is I looked into WiseKey and kind of did a deep dive on it, okay? So I'm going to be reading off a lot of information. You can always watch the show over again, take notes and stuff like that. There's a whole lot of fucking shit here, and I can't teach it all in 20, 30 minutes. I could easily devote a whole hour to this. So I'm going to be moving along. If you don't get it, rewatch it, add more to your notepad and stuff. Put it in words that you understand. Watch it again if you have to, but make good notes. You need to understand what you're going to invest in, okay, or not invest in. All I'm doing is providing information. You decide whether you want to invest in or not. I don't care. All righty then. Overview of WiseKey. I told you I was involved. It was invented in 1999 by Carlos. Now, there's a bunch of companies that are all together. It says key subsidiaries. Seals Q Corp is one part of the business. That's the one working with HBAR. Then you got WiseKey SA, and they specialize in ROT and PKI solutions, identification and Internet of Things, blockchain. You got WiseSat, develop space technology. That's the part of it that's working with SpaceX, Elon Musk. This is connected, folks. So if you want WiseKey stock, that's WKEY. These all kind of work interchangeably. So I'm going to say that it works with SpaceX. I'm stretching things just so you kind of understand. There's 5 corporations all under WiseKey. Now there's that's the space portion. Now here's the crypto. Wise.art.corp. What is it? It's a blockchain-based NFT marketplace for secure digital art, collectibles, and crypto assets. This is another little secret crypto nobody knows about, okay? We'll get into it. Then there's Seal Coin, and that's a crypto we're waiting for. It could take another year or something maybe for that to come out. Maybe not. You know what? They could speed shit up. They could slow it down. Take your notes. Just remember Seal Coin. WiseArt is going to have a crypto. We'll talk about it here in a minute. So you got WiseKey. WiseKey, again, is the parent company. What do they make? Their technology is in cars, smart cities, drones, and drones for defense departments. That's military. Agricultural sensors and anti-counterfeiting solutions. Gee, I wonder if they're working with the Treasury. See, I'm telling you what, these stocks are cheap. the Seals Q and the WKEY, $3 and $6. When these things take off, imagine a stock right now. That's what Seals Q and WKE is. These are stocks, not cryptos. Imagine a stock now involved in crypto, and when this crypto hasn't even taken off yet, when it takes off, can you imagine how much those two stocks are going to be worth? Oh my God. You paid $3 and $6 for each. I'm sure there'll be $1,000 to $2,000 by then. It's not going to be tomorrow. These are ones you want to hold. These are not flippers. These are very, very awesome stocks, and that's just my opinion. Okay. WiseKey's core technologic innovations. Now, WiseKey is the stock, WKEY, if you want to buy it. WiseKey secures authentication and identification for digital ID. Oh my God. Now, by the way, Hedera is a Ripple partner. And Ripple is also working with Algorand. And guess what? Ripple already invented digital ID. So I'm going to tell you what, this stuff right here, these two stocks, I would bet that they have Ripple involved in it, the digital ID portion. We just did a show on this morning, how Ripple had digital ID with Apple, and they had the national, and I won't say security, and I won't say agency already. Look, this is so connected. These stocks are amazing, okay? The connections that we can't see. Oh, this is all government, military, and shit right here. Absolutely. If you want to forego buying some crypto and get real world stock shit, this is good stuff. A lot of great connections. Satellite. We go to letter E. We're in number 2. Went through A, B, C, semiconductors with the Seals Q. That's where Hedera HBAR comes in. Letter D, blockchain and digital ID. Now, here's where we get into WiseArt. WiseKey blockchain platforms include WiseID. So there's the digital ID, and then you know where Hedera comes in and Ripple and Algorand. But we have a new company that we just learned of called WiseArt. And what is it? It provides secure digital ID and authentication tools. WiseID is a digital ID ecosystem for individual and organization. WiseArt, here we go. There's a crypto for that one, WiseArt. WiseArt is a Web3 marketplace for NFTs, digital art, and crypto collectibles, offering secure transaction and authenticity verification. And they all kind of work together. WiseKey is minted an NFT from space using its WiseSat satellite, demonstrating its blockchain satellite integration. So whether you want the stocks or the cryptos, they're all integrated together. It's kind of tough to say that they don't work together and they're separate. They're separate companies, but they're all working on the same project. See what I mean? They're integrated and they each need each other. This is fun, very fun. There's WiseSat right here. And there it says launched in collaboration with SpaceX. Let me ask you a question. Do you think Elon Musk is involved in this? Absolutely. I'll bet you WiseSat, if they got a question, hey, Elon, we're dealing with this such and such. What do you suggest? They don't even bother to get on artificial intelligence. They just call up Elon Musk. That motherfucker is smarter than any AI. But, I mean, how cool is that? Like, this is exciting to me, at least, because it's awesome. And then the future income possibilities that we could make is even better. Let me just scroll down. Now I'm on number 3, strategic initiatives and partnerships. I'm going to skim this and cherry pick it, all right, just to save time. In lowercase letter A, it talks about Elon Musk. So he's been working with them, I think, since 2023. I don't quite know. I don't want to say, but his name popped up again in the article. Letter B, letter C, letter D, strategic. Okay, letter D, strategic acquisitions and collaborations. So you've got WiseKey Remember, that stock is WKEY, and they're working with Visa, MasterCard, Elon Musk. WiseKey starts talking about Seal Coin in the letter D, Davos and industry events. Number 4, financial performance. I'm going to skip. That's all price stuff. I'm going to skip through that because I don't really care about price right now. We'll go to number 5, market position and competitive landscape. Let me scroll through that real quick. Okay, stop. Under B, 5, lowercase letter B, challenges. WiseKey competes with giants like IBM. Does it get any bigger? Does it get any fucking bigger than IBM? Microsoft and Cisco in cybersecurity. That's their competitors, everybody. WiseKey is not competing against Vitalik Burnout Buterin or Sam busted in jail getting his shit pushed in. You've got WiseKey. WiseKey is competing with IBM and Microsoft. Those are both Ripple partners. But what's funny is Ripple's also working with Hedera, who's working with Seals Q. I think it's all coming together. They're working with each other. Ripple's helping them out all these different ends. Very interesting. Or at least the Ripple technology is, okay? So let's keep moving on. So they're competing with the world's biggest, IBM, Microsoft, and Cisco. That's your competition. I was like, whoa. Okay, now this is Grok. This is Grok 3 saying they're competitors, not me. Now we're at number 6, risks and challenges. Let me scroll through this and pull out anything that I found earlier when I read through it. It lists some of their partners. I wasn't too familiar. Okay, now, strategic partnerships. Not only is there competition, they're also kind of like partners. According to Grok, WiseKey, it says continued collaboration with SpaceX, Hedera, and financial institutions like Visa and MasterCard could drive adoption and revenue. So interesting. So they're still competitors, but they're saying if they adopted with them, it would be pretty massive. And I'll tell you what, Visa is a Ripple partner, right? MasterCard, a Ripple partner. I'm telling you what, for what I'm seeing here, these motherfuckers are going to join up together. Because what HBAR and all the Seals Q and WiseKey is doing is trying to protect transactions. You'd want to work with Visa. You're not trying to kill Visa and MasterCard. So let's go to number 8. Let me check the comments quick, and I'll go back to number 8. Henry Brown is back again. Henry Brown is here to throw it down. Paying it forward, tax-free support to the community. Henry Brown comes in, paying it forward, tax-free support to the community again. Let me scroll back up. We got Delgadov. Well, welcome back, and thanks for that tax-free donation. Let's look through here. Henry Brown, thank you for the tax-free donation up there. Pam Van Sype got some LAES on Schwab investments. Okay, yeah, I mean it's all over the place. The LAES and the WKEY. Henry Brown, imagine when crypto take off like the movie Casino. I will pop off like Joe Pesci. F-bombs galore. Oh yeah, truthful lie. The mob is a Ripple partner. Like, I'll tell you what. If it's the first of the month, hey, WiseKey or whoever's going to release the Seals coin, whoever it is, if you're listening, make it on like the first of the month. So when I get paid, because if you make it on the second or the third, I might already be crypto broke. Okay, for real. I will dump once I see that Seals coin. If it's at even if it's at 30 cents, I will put in the same investment that I invest originally, not right now, but back in the day when I put in 2 months worth of pay into XRP, I will easily dump that into Seal Coin, no problem. All righty then. Pam Van Sype, thank you very much for the tax-free donation. Jeffrey Gaylord, thank you very much. Woo-wee for the tax-free donation there. Hot Pink. Paul Atu. So how I'm going to do it is just to make it. Hold on, let me scroll through. So what I'm going to do, I told you already. Oh, wait a second. Jovi. Boy, Jovi, thank you for all the work you do. Right on. How I'm going to do it is this. I'm going to go over cryptos every once in a while. And look, I'm not really supposed to tell you. No, they didn't say that. It's my choice if I want to tell you what I buy and what I don't buy. So I'm going to leave it at not tell you. That's my default answer. And I you know what? I don't know if I am ever going to tell you like when I buy or what stuff. I might. I'm allowed to do that every now and then. Like, hey, I'm just a regular person. I bought this. But what I'm not going to do all the time is just like try to like pump stuff, which I don't do. But I want to make this as reasonable as I can. So what I'm going to do is rely. It's going to be like this. I'm going to talk, or if some people say promote or pump, you can use whatever kind of words you want. But I will rely on donations. Now, if I get my hands out, because I don't really like trading, it'd be different. Like, you guys are lucky. Like, it kind of sucks for me to do this job because I'm going to show you all this cool shit, and only once in a while can I catch a bull run and make shit fucking nuts so crazy, okay? And sometimes you're going to have a bull run, and I'm not going to be involved. Just because I'm not going to tell you everything on when I buy, because that's kind of like, I don't want to prejudice anything or whatever, you know. So you're going to be able to make all this money, basically what I'm saying, and I'm not going to be able to like do shit because not that these aren't regulated at all. I mean, the stocks are. If I try to pump a stock and then start dumping or whatever, but cryptos are unregulated, so it's kind of like. But then again, I don't want it to ever look like any kind of a unfair shit or something. So if I'm not touching it or whatever, then I can say whatever about a crypto. I'm going to give you my honest opinion, like I always do, but I'm allowed, like, if I don't buy some, like, I'm told I can buy whatever I want. You know, it's just, and I could do some trading, but when, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to try to explain anymore because it's kind of, so I would just appreciate if you're making some cash, shoot me some money, and then it's like 100% legit. I can give you my honest opinion. I can tell you I would buy the F out of this if I'm not even buying it. Now, if I buy, see, either way, I could buy something and just say, oh man, this is, you know, but it's just, it gets really tricky doing this job. So, you know, be careful. Don't buy dumb shit. Don't buy more. If you can't afford to lose something, don't buy it. Like, don't put in a lot of money. If you're like, oh shit, I'm going to get wrecked. If you can't lose 5,000, don't put it in. If you can't afford to lose 10, 15,000, don't put in 10 to 15 grand. Only put in what you can afford to lose. The only time I buy, I can't tell you when to buy. I can't tell you what to buy. This is what it's weird about doing this job. It's like, it's not even a job. I'm advising, or I'm showing you, I don't know, whatever words it is. I'm just helping you understand stuff. All right. Linda McKinney. Tell us what Zoltar bought. Oh, now that's a possibility. I see what you mean there. Zoltar, I will have to ask him. Let me get through the show, and then maybe I could run a Zoltar and see where we're at. Okay, let me press on with this. Wait a second. Terrence McNamara, great crypto research. Thank you, Crypto Hulk. Way too much fun. I like having stuff fun. You got to. Fun on Friday. Number 8, critical analysis. Oh, for the people that just can't, you got to watch the video that I made. I posted on my video section. Number 8, I can't go backtrack because it's going to take too long. Let me speed through number 8, and then number 9 is conclusion. So, WiseKey and all their companies, they make semiconductors, satellites, blockchain, AI. They have NFTs to protect art, music, probably all these kinds of things. They do a lot of stuff. Home security, national security, drones, all kinds of shit, okay? Number 9, conclusion. Okay. Now we're going to get into the coin called Trust E-Coin. Wise Art Court. So where I'm at is I went past conclusion, recommendations, sources. And then I ask another, then we get down to wise.art. Native crypto is called Trust. Capital T, lowercase RUST, then capital E, this is all one word, then capital C, then a small OIN. Trust E-Coin. Trust E-Coin, here's about it. Wise.art operates with its own digital crypto called Trust E-Coin, which is used for trading NFT on the platform. This crypto enables secure and anonymous transactions with KYC and all that. Trust E-Coin is designed to facilitate purchases, sales, and auctions of high value, oh, here we go, I love this, high value NFTs, including digital art and luxury collectibles like midget porn. I'm just kidding. No, you're not, Crypto Hulk, you sick bastard. You finally let it out. While ensuring authenticity and provenance through the WiseKey system. Availability. Here's availability. Where do we buy it, Crypto Hulk? The Wise.art platform's documentation mentions Trust E-Coin as an internal currency for its marketplace. However, there is no clear public information in the provided sources or recent web data indicating that Trust E-Coin is listed on major crypto exchanges or available for direct purchase by the public as a standalone token. It appears to function primarily within the WiseArt ecosystem for NFT transactions. How to acquire Trust E-Coin? You would likely need to participate in the WiseArt platform. You know what that might end up entailing? If you own enough WKEY stock, right? You might have enough, you might be a whale and have enough stock in the company. I don't know what their requirements would be, where you can be some kind of a operator, a valid node, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe you have enough HBAR. Maybe you're a whale and you got like a shit ton of HBAR or something. That's a possibility. Maybe you own Seals Q at $3 a piece or whatever. Maybe you got, I don't know, 1,000 of those. Maybe that in one day will allow you to be somebody that can buy what the WiseArt token. I'm just showing you options. I have no idea, but generally that's how it is. People that got skin in the game, you got a lot of WKey, you got a lot of Seals Q, you got a lot of HBAR. I don't know. If you have enough, I don't know what the numbers will be. Maybe it's 500, maybe 1,000, 10,000. I have no idea. But that is some ways showing you've got skin in the game. You got a lot of stock in the company. You might be able to be somebody to utilize these cryptos. So how do you make a direct purchase of this crypto? Well, it gives us a website. I'm going to show you. You can try it out and see what happens. Direct purchase of Trust E-Coin. There is no evidence from available sources that Trust eCoin is available for direct purchase on external crypto exchanges. To acquire Trust eCoin, you would likely need to go to www.wise.art, complete any required KYC process, exchange supported crypto like Ethereum, HBAR, or fiat currency for Trust eCoin within the platform to participate in NFT transactions. You know, I don't know. I haven't spent the time into this. If one of you guys wants to go to www.wiseart.com, you can figure out how. That's a possibility. Indirect investment. If you're interested in exposure to WiseArt's growth, you could consider investing in WiseKey, which is WKEY, just like I said earlier, the parent company, which is publicly traded. The stock price, they're saying it's $10. I think it was like $6 and something cents, or I can't quite. Wait a second, I got it right here. Yeah, it's $6. If you go to, I just did a search in Google and NASDAQ pops up. WiseKey is $6.42. So if you got 6,000 bucks, or I don't know how much, if you had 1,000 of them, yeah, it'd be around $6,500. If you had 6,000, if you had 6,500 bucks, you probably could buy 1,000 shares. Maybe one day that makes you a node operator or something like that, right? So you can make profit on this crypto, or you know what? I don't know. I have no idea. So that's the Trust eCoin. So, here we go. Since WiseArt integrates with Hedera blockchain, Crypto Hulk, I'm loading up on Hedera. And if you do, make sure you get it, my sponsor, please. That would be cool if you could do that, Caleb and Brown. So the WiseArt and those tokens and the fucking Trust eCoin and all that shit, HBAR, okay? It's integrated. I'm not saying if you buy HBAR, you'll get it, but just it's talking about HBAR for some reason. You figure it out yourself. While HBAR is not specific to Wise.art, it supports the platform blockchain infrastructure. Oh my goodness. I'm sure glad I've got about the same number of HBAR as XRP. So go to where it says risks and considerations. Limited information, Trust Coin. The lack of public information about Trust eCoin's availability, total supply, or trading status suggests it may be a platform-specific token with limited liquidity. This could pose risks if you're seeking a tradable asset. So it might not be, it's not, I'll just tell you what, here's my opinion. It's not going to be a pump or dump crypto. Like when you buy that shit, it's going to probably be a small amount and you're going to have to find somebody like, hey, does anybody want Trust Key? It might be one of those things where you got to call, 5 or 10 different. See, Caleb and Brown has access to all kinds of liquidity, but sometimes if they can't find it, that's why it takes them a while to get back to you. See, exchanges or investment crypto companies, a lot of times they don't like fucking with small cap coins and shit because it's hard for them. Like you got to call literally a fuck ton of people to see who has it. So this might be an industry specific one where you could maybe trade it, but finding someone to buy it's going to be a little tricky. I don't know. I'm not going to convince you. I try to play both sides of it, right? I try to show you good shit and the bad shit. And you got to, that's how life is, isn't it? Sometimes it's good and sometimes it's really fucked up. Sometimes you're in a situation and you can't wait for that shit to be over, but then you're sometimes in a really good situation and you don't want it to be over, right? That's just how it goes, my friends. So that is going to be the end of that particular one. So, interesting. WiseKey. Oh, this is very cool. Now, if you go to the wise.art thing that they showed, I got a pop-up that says not secure. So I'm going to click out of that one. Yeah, I'm going to leave that one alone. Let me check the comments here. So we got that done. Oh, now let's get into Blue Zell. Okay, now Ripple has a partner. It's called Blue Zell. Let me show you the evidence right here. If this show runs a little over, it's fine, because I want you guys to understand this. Some of you might invest in it, so I want to make sure you have the right information. Okay, go to the 11-second mark. 11-second mark. Okay, what do you see here? There's something called the International Ripple Business Association, and it has gateways on and off the Ripple on-ramps to the ledger, okay? Gateways are the on-ramps to the Ripple network. They give users the ability to move assets like fiat, cryptocurrency, gold and silver, everybody, gold and silver, around, and etc., like around the globe instantly at no cost. This is Ripple 2015. Now go to the very beginning, about the 1 second mark, and you can see the beginning. And I'm going to fast forward it to about the 5 second mark. If you go to the 5 second mark, what do you see right there? 2015. 10 years ago, everybody, Ripple had, and we'll go back to the 15 second mark. 15 second mark. I want you to see this. Out of Canada, there's a company called Blue Zell, B-L-U-Z-E-L-L-E. Now in America, we have something called Zelle, Z-E-L-L-E, and it sends money. Well, we got here something called Blue Zell. It's in Canada, and it's a Ripple partner, okay? Now, if you look right here, we go to CoinMarketCap. Now, Caleb and Brown, I think, used to have Blue Zell. It might still have it. It's BLZ. Now, Caleb Brown, they used to sell it. I don't know if they do anymore. What you can do is contact your broker. If you want to buy this, contact your broker and say, if I buy it, can you guys store it only? Because they can do stuff where you can send it to them for free. They will protect it for free, then send it back to you for free. Okay. You know, next year or whatever you want, next month. If you hate Caleb Brown, you want to quit. Blue Zell does kind of what we talked about with the WiseArt trusty coin. Okay. It does kind of like the same thing. Here is Blue Zell on CoinMarketCap. Let me do a copy and a paste. You already got that there. Okay. Blue Zell. Let me back up. So it's about 3 cents, 3.5 cents. And let's scroll down and read about Blue Zell. Let me see if it shows anything about it. Okay, about Blue Zell. It's a decentralized storage network, high security, censorship resist. Okay, whether you are an artist, remember WiseArt? WiseArt had the Trust eCoin, and it was okay. This says here, listen to this. It's it sounds like it does kind of like the same thing with the artists and stuff. Not quite the same thing, but it's dealing with, look, whether you're an artist, a musician, a scientist, a publisher, or developer, Blue Zell protects the intellectual property of all creators. Sounds kind of like WiseArt, doesn't it? BlueZell is data storage, file storage, oracles. Oh, oracles. Now, let me tell you something. Now, listen to this. I'm going to try to sell it to you. Ripple has some. Now, this is a Ripple partner, a very old Ripple partner, okay? This is like 2015 or who knows what it is, 16. I'm not sure. It mentions oracles. What does Ripple have in 2014 that they came out with and gave it to the World Wide Web? The Interledger Protocol. And what's inside that Interledger Protocol? Codius. And what is Codius? Smart oracles. What are we seeing right here? Oracles. This is fucking Codius right here. I'm just saying, and the reason I say it is this. Could be Chainlink, but then again, guess what? Chainlink's a Ripple partner, right? So, look, we know that BlueZell is a Ripple partner from day one. Like, I'm going to say 2014, 15. That's close enough to day one. When did Ripple get official? 2015. What did I just show? And why is that? Because the 2015 Ripple settlement agreement that they had with the Department of Justice, Ripple was officially called a money service business. The XRP was officially called a currency. So in 2015, that's when Ripple became official. And they were declared to be what they are today. This latest court trial was so bullshit. Gary Gensler was a fake. Gary Gensler was like a nut job that they hired, okay, to stall crypto. We're looking here at BlueZell. They're talking about oracles. Well, Ripple has Codius. That's oracles right there. BlueZell is an early partner. Ripple got with them right away. And what is it for? Now, look, it's for NFTs and DeFi. Here's why the price of this, oh, damn. Here's why the price of this BlueZell is low, okay? Not because it's garbage or nothing. It's hooked up. Wait a second, I want to make sure. It's hooked up with Ripple, you guys. And guess what Ripple is? The government, isn't it? Yes, it is. They're talking about oracles. That's Codius. I almost said fucking Codius, okay? This is a really good crypto. It's just like the WiseSat we learned earlier. Maybe we can't get the Trust E coin. I don't know. You can get BlueZell. It kind of does similar things, okay, with artists and shit like that and NFTs, just like the others. It's almost like the other one. But look, BlueZell was like 10 years ahead of its time. Because why? It's talking about NFTs and what? DeFi. We're not quite there yet, are we? No, we're not, Crypto Hulk. So now Zoltar is going to give you a prediction about this crypto here. I just want to let you know. When we're done. So this one here, if you don't have it, look, I don't care. It was up at 72%. Now it's down at 50. Whatever. People are just fucking with it right now, trying to make money. This one gets a double thumbs up from Crypto Hulk because this is solid right here with the connections, and it's got Codius and shit right in here. It's for NFTs and DeFi. That comes later. So this one is not going to be popping off and going fucking nutso. But this one is one that's going to be used. This is one where it's cheap. It's what? 3 cents. You know how much you can buy a fuck ton of these for $500. Now, let's say it goes to shit, right? Look, this crypto, look, it's so low right now. It's not going to get any lower. I mean, people are going to pump the fuck out of it, but there's going to go, like, look at, okay, how's it been? Well, I'll look at the, how's it been for the past month? It's been the same the past year. Okay, the past year, I think I accidentally pumped this shit. Wait, no, I didn't. Yeah, I did. Somewhere around, I'm thinking back in 6 months ago, a little bit. It went up a good amount. But look, this shit is so low. It's been since January of 2025, December of 24. I wonder, I might have talked about it then. Yep, I was talking about BlueZell then. That's when I got with Caleb and Brown. Somewhere around December. Okay, that shit was up at 18, 19 cents. I got with Caleb and Brown right about that time. But I don't know. I'm not saying if I pumped it great, and if not, maybe I pumped the small one. I don't even fucking care. But what was it at 6 or 8 months ago? 19 cents. Where's it at now? 3. It really is not, can't get any lower. But anyway, forget about the price. It's a good project. Let me breeze through some of this. It has oracles. Oh my God. So it kind of can take on a chain link, right? And it's got Ripple. That's what it's got right there. That alone. Now, who made it? Some guy named Pavel and Niraj. It's made for the DeFi space. So we're not even DeFi yet. So what's another DeFi crypto Hulk? Flare, XDC. That's why these are cheap. It's not because these are bad. It's because these are future forward designed. Get it? You're not going to be popping off like Bitcoin shit right now. This is set for the future of the internet, which is DeFi and all that shit, right? That's what this blue Zell is designed for. These guys used to work at DreamWorks and Warner Brother. Okay, well, that's not. This other guy worked with Google, IBM, Hewlett-Packard, Lufthansa Airlines. The other guy worked for Disney, Google, Sony, Lufthansa, Electronic Arts, EA Sports. Who are their clients? Who's the partner of this? Oh, shit. Cosmos. Now, I think, isn't Cosmos doing something with Ripple? Let me look. Cosmos and yep, Evmos collaborates with EVMos collaborates with Ripple and Persist, and that's Cosmos. So Cosmos, Ripple partner. Are you seeing this? Oh fuck, Crypto Hulk, that is a good one. Well, I'm not gonna read it if it's not a good one, you fucking moron. It's working with Polkadot. It's working with Polygon. Oh, shit. It's working with Anchor. I know Anchor. Let me check something. Okay, all I know is I know something about Anchor. Let me check if you guys know if there's any connection. XRP OBD, thank you very much. Good Looking Out Fund. Right on, man. Thanks for that. I know Anchor's massive, okay? And I don't have time right now to look for the connections, but that's very interesting. And Equinix, it's a NASDAQ company, is mixed up in this. It has 10,000 transactions per second. I think that'll be it on that one. Okay, that'll be it on the Blue Zell. Just a little FYI. Some people had some fun. You guys pumped that up to 70% and then dumped it down to 86. Yeah, look, okay, let me tell you something. And that's okay for some people, like, okay, what some people do, and those as advice, if you and sell off slow, other people multiplier effect. So instead of 10 people trying to pump this thing, 1,000, and then it goes up like 300 or 500%. But what get some people in early who don't believe in a project, pump it, dump. It's not. What did you make? 70%? How'd you like to make 500 or 1,000%? So it's how you buy shit, and maybe after one hits 25%, maybe just sell off 25%. Maybe when it hits 50%, you sell off 20%. I don't know. It's just, it's hard to coordinate everybody, but if you get in there and just pull it out immediately, I think it's not going to do anything. You know, like instead of 70%, we could easily have 300, 400, 500% because everybody's like, oh shit, look at this thing. But it's tough, you know, so whatever. Just all I'm doing here is for the people that want to know a crypto. This is one right here. And this is one where I would hold. I'd throw $500 in it and just hold it. And even though it's down 86, it'll come back up to like wherever it was, because it's going through it. People are buying shit and woo and all that. And then after all the excitement fun's over, it'll go back to what it was. And then people will start buying it back and holding it because they watch this show and they'll know it's a great crypto. I just read off the connections. This thing's fucking solid. Okay. And again, it's not set for right now. It's set up for NFTs. That's the future. And DeFi. That's the future. So it's one that's not being like utilized right now. I already explained that to you. So it's got great connections. Definitely worth $500,000. Just sit on it. I mean, 3 cents a piece. Fuck. What if you got about 500,000 of the motherfuckers, right? And then when it gets a real world use case, that 3 million of them. Well, let's say, okay, 3 cents a piece, 3 for $1. Let me do some math. Okay. Math is not my strong point. They're 30 for $1, 33 for $1. So I'm going to put 33 times, and if I drop $1,000 into it, that's 33,000 tokens. Yeah, wait, 33 for $1. Okay. 33 for $1. So if you throw in 33 times, and then if you put in, like, let's say $1,000, then you got 33,000 of them. You got 33,000 of these for $1,000. And then one day when those things go to like, okay, easily $10, then you got $330,000 and you put in $1,000. And maybe in 1 to 2 years, that $1,000 turns into $330,000. That's if it goes to $10. What if it hits like $50 or something? You know, this is a good crypto. So I'm just showing you in advance. If you're in a rush to get rich tomorrow, I wouldn't suggest getting it, but it's a solid crypto. You keep that shit and hold it. It'll go back up. People will see that, man, this shit is good, and just hold it, you know? I didn't see any dumb shit about Blue Zell. It's just waiting for DeFi. I mean, who's the problem here? It's these people that stalled everything for 4 years. So, hey, at one point, I think Blue Zell might have been at $10. Let me take a look. No, it was 65 cents. I'm sorry. I was probably thinking of a different one. So 65 cents was the highest. In 2021, it peaked. It did some pretty good shit from 21 to 22-ish, but that's Trump left. Trump left about what? January of 21, and it hit its highest right after that. And then Biden started coming in and it started dipping in 22, but then again, it went up around 24, January of 24. So whatever, these are like little teeny, this means nothing. What is this, fucking 20 cents or something? 40 cents. So yeah, that is at the end of that one. I've got another one for tomorrow morning. I got one right now. Oh my God. This is one that's actually pretty cool. I know you guys are going to pump it, dump it, and then buy it back. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but we're going over that tomorrow. And I got 2 of them that I got to do research on tonight. So tomorrow morning show, let me do this. I don't know if I'm going to do it tomorrow. If I can find, I got 2 more that I wrote on a piece of paper over here. If I find information on those 2, I'll have a $10 show in the morning. And I'll have to notify the $500 people tonight on this shit. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, I got to open this show up to the main public. So I'm going to end it right now. And let me see here. I think that'll be it. Wait a second. 1970 legend. Blue Zell's all-time high was 91 cents. Yeah, it was somewhere around there. I was looking at some other crypto I talked about today. It was like, was it HBAR? Maybe it was $10. I think HBAR was $10. I can't remember, $9. I'm not sure, but it's a good solid keeper. And I'll see y'all later. I got to open this show up for everybody else. And I'll see you in the morning.